Hey book friends, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is a TBR video, December. My gosh, I can't believe it's the end of the year. You guys, all right, we're gonna be playing my TBR game, TBR University. I'm so excited, you guys. I feel like it's been a couple months since I launched this game. I'm getting my feet under me. It's been fun, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna change anything for 2025. Stay tuned for January, but as for right now, we're just gonna play this really straightforward game that will help me pick my TBR. But first, let's see how November went. Now, I'm not at the end of November, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's been a heck of a month. And I didn't read the books. Yes, hardly at all. Let me just hold up the stack. And so I had a sci-fi month. That was the class, that was the course that was picked for me by this game. And I feel like I struggled with kind of just mental health. I just struggled. This time of year is always a little bit hard for me. I feel like I am a person who loves the holidays but dislikes the holidays all at the same time, and getting it all planned and getting all the presents planned for all of my kids and just all the things, it becomes too much and I become overwhelmed, and as a result I end up reading YA fantasy. I think I've done that 3 years in a row. No different this year. I've been reading The Infernal Devices, Cassandra Clare, and really loving it. And so no, I did not pick up either of these gigantic books I had picked for myself last month. No on the second book in the Expanse series, and no on this one, even though I did really want to read it, The Stars Undying by Emery Robin. So I didn't read those, and I didn't read Rebecca either. I still really do want to read it. Maybe, no. I'm not going to read it. I almost said maybe I'll read it at the end of the month, but I will not. I had this one picked too because I was like, oh, I'll read a short book, and this is Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. Didn't read it. But I read one book of the 5. The one that I was most excited for, really, and that is The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's the new spin-off series. I just took part in a book discussion about it, and it was just really, really fun. So, November, I did not pass my course, so to speak. All that means is I end up playing kind of the hard mode for this month of December. I just take the extra circles. Hopefully it won't be a big deal. Hopefully I'll just roll a lot of big numbers, and it won't matter that I needed a little bit of a mental health break in November. But the first thing we need to do, I have my phone here, it's all loaded up, is we need to pick the genre. And so, like always, the course that we're gonna play is the hard mode of whichever genre we pick, and if we land on the green squares, those are the spots that are genre specific. Everything else I can pick what I want. So I started the screen recording, and now I'm just gonna hit spin. Let's see what comes up. I'm not even really looking. I don't know what, I could be okay with that. I could be okay with that. Fantasy. This is the first time I've gotten fantasy, which I guess makes sense because this is only like the 4th month I've played this game. I'm gonna go assess my shelves a little bit before I start to see what I really want, because December might be a lot like November, so I need to be kind to myself. So let me go do that, and I'm gonna flip the camera around and we're just gonna play the game. Let's see what happens. First roll. 5. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's a genre specific, but I only have to pick one. A library book that's a fantasy. A library book that's a fantasy. Okay, let me assess and come back. All right, so I only have 2 library books out right now that are fantasy books. And one's very big and one's very small. And so I have this book. You guys, I think this would be, if I put it on here, like the 3rd TBR I put this on. I honestly feel like I should put it on there because that means I really want to read it, and maybe I should just finish it out and just read it in 2024. But I also got this one. I was at the library with my kids, and so I wandered over to like the new release, even though I don't think this is a new release book. Let me double check. Oh, I have my earbud in. I was listening to something while I was getting ready. Oh, no. It was originally published in 2022, and then I bet it was traditionally published in 2024. It is romantasy. It's called The House of Beating Wings by Olivia Wildenstein. Now, I just made a video about romantasy with mild spice, and I'm not sure about this one, and my phone is currently up there recording the board. And so It sounds kind of fun though. Our main character is half human, half fae, and then there's this fae prince. I haven't read too much fae romantasy, really at all. Like I haven't read any of the Sarah J. Maas. This one just sounded so fun. After I'm done filming, I'm gonna check if this has a lot of spice. I'm guessing it does. I'm guessing it does. And so officially, 95% officially, I'm putting 6 scorched roses on my TBR. Although like Carissa Broadbent, again, is not mild spice either, but I feel like I enjoyed her worlds and her writing, and I've heard really good things about this. And so I feel a little bit more comfortable jumping into this one than maybe this one officially, to make it official. So okay, I'm gonna put this on here. The 5% unofficial, if this comes back as like mild spice, I think I want to read this one more, but I'm gonna put this one on. So that was a lot of back and forth, but that's okay. We're just gonna do the second roll and see what happens next. 7. 7's kind of in between, that's good. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's just any genre. That's just kind of a black circle is any genre. And we got title starts with random letter. I have had this prompt before. It's probably because I shuffle these every time. Okay, before I do the random letter generator, I'm going to go into Fabled, like I've talked about before, and I'm going to type in House of Beating Wings. I mentioned this in that video about my fantasy romance TBR, that I like Fabled for letting me know spice level. This says some spice, and it's closed door romance. Oh, that's my kind of book. This says, in this epic fantasy romance, a magicless halfling must gather iron relics to overthrow a monarch and crown her love's brother. I'm officially putting this on my TBR for December. I know it's very big and I might regret it. So let's go to the random letter generator here, and we're going to pick a random letter. Okay, so let's spin and see what happens. Better not be X. W? W? The title starts with a random letter. Starts with a W? Okay, so W actually wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. There's a lot of books that start with W. Wheel of Time, did not pick that. The Wren and the Holly Library, I almost picked, but I already have a big romantasy. And then there was like Wayward. I almost picked Wayward too, because I have yet to read that. But this is actually on my winter TBR, which might be going up next week. And it's Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden. Technically, it's The Warm Hands of Ghosts, but I don't really mind. I really want to read this. I've been really wanting to read it for a long time. I love the Winter Night trilogy. I know this is different, quite a bit different. It feels a little bit more historical. It's based on World War I. And I think I would really like it. And so this is going on for a book that starts with a W. Okay, so that's 2 books. Let's roll again. 10, yay. Okay, let's see where that gets me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, just a regular prompt. Let's see what we got. All right, person on the cover. Person on the cover. I know what I'm gonna pick. I don't even have to go get it. I'm gonna pick this one because it's the buddy read for Gwen's Patreon. So we're reading The Christmas You Found Me by Sarah Morgenthaler. I voted for this book. I feel like I'm hit or miss with holiday romances. This one sounded like it could be a little bit more emotional, like heartwarming, not just like Hallmarky. And so I'm gonna go with this one. What I understand this to be about is a single dad, and his daughter, I think she's 4 years old, needs a kidney transplant, but he, for some reason, can't prove financial stability. I'm not quite sure what's going on. So he has to like marry a stranger to save his daughter. Oh, the wilds of Idaho land. Oh, that'll be cute. And it says it's Christmas time. She has just recently had a painful divorce. She's lonely, and it says, until a tall, handsome stranger and a little girl walk into her life and suddenly the holidays are alive again. Just kind of sounds sweet. That's a totally different feel. Oh, I like that. So let's go on to roll number 4. 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means the game is done for hard mode fantasy course. That really wasn't too bad. I am happy with that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to run the final spinner. So let me grab my phone. So this is the final exam wheel, and it has a number of different goals I have set for the year. And let's just see what happens. So we're gonna hit spin and see what my 4th book will be. I do have some I want to read, so I'm gonna share those with you in just a second. Ooh, series. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Series book, I have 2. I'd say this one is actually more truly part of a series. So I'm going to officially put on The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman. I'm gonna finish up the series. I'm gonna finish up the Thursday Murder Club series. We've been reading this in my reading challenge, most of them. We've read book 2, 3, and now 4. We're kind of unofficially reading it in December. There's a couple of us over there, so if you wanna join kind of our unofficial buddy read, you can. The official prompt, I think, for December is to read a book recommended by somebody in our group, in the Discord group, so you can do that as well. I always have my reading challenge linked down below, and I am in the process of revamping it, giving it a new name, and I already have all the books selected for next year. I'm super excited. So that video is gonna go up in December, but regardless, I'm going to be reading this one, and I'm not even quite sure what it's about. Shocking news reaches them. An old friend has been killed and a dangerous package he was protecting has gone missing. So this really has to do with a group of older people at a retirement village, and they band together and they solve murders. But that really isn't why I love this series. Why I love it is just their relationships with each other. I feel like the conversations they have, some of the plot lines we were following last time made my heart break, and I know this is going to be harder, and I've heard that about this book, but I really want to read it. I want to finish up this series. It would be fun to finish it before the end of 2024. So this is officially on my December TBR along with these ones, so that's not too bad. So we have House of Beating Wings by Olivia Wildenstein. So it's kind of a fae romance. I don't know, it just sounds fun. So I've got that one. Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden. So that's also kind of fantastical, but also historical, which just sounds really good. And so it's about 2 siblings, a sister who was a nurse during World War I who comes back injured, and then her brother who's still in the field, and she's not sure if he's alive or not. There's some ghosts involved, and so she has to go back to Europe and see what happened to her brother. I don't know, it just sounds really good. And then The Christmas You Found Me by Sarah Morgenthaler. And this just looks like kind of a cute Christmas rom-com about a single dad. And then the final book in the Thursday Murder Club series. Okay. Success. That was a really good round. I'm really happy with all of those books. And now I only have, well, 2. I guess 2 more to add to this. One is the new Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So this is Games Untold. And this is a short story collection, you guys. When I first heard announcement of this book, I really didn't know what it was about. I pretty much buy every book that is in this world. I really enjoy the inheritance games. What I love about this, though, is that it looks like there are 4 different short stories, but there's a little timeline where it kind of tells you where it happens in the order of the books, starting with like the inheritance games here, Hawthorne Legacy, all the way to the Grandest Game. And so I'm assuming you should have read all those books, but I have. So now I can read this and chat about it with everybody that I've been chatting about all of these books with for the past like 6 months. And so this I'm looking forward to. So that is definitely on my TBR. I'm gonna read it. This next one is maybe on my TBR. So it's Malice by John Gwynne. This book has been on my TBR for a while. I am definitely intimidated by this book, but I'm very intrigued by it as well. It's the first book in, I think, the Faithful and the Fallen series. And this is the book series plus the next series that Becca and the Books is running a read-along for, her backlist book club. I think she has a different name for this one, but it starts now. I think this was the either December, January pick or November, December pick. I can't quite remember what it is, but December is a time you can read it. And so what it is about this book is it sounds very military, almost like war-based epic high fantasy with lots and lots of character point of views. So that could be amazing. It could be amazing. And I know that so many people, like, this is like their favorite fantasy series of all time. Even some people that I didn't expect to like this book have liked this book. So I'm intrigued. But I'm just not sure. And honestly, I don't even know what it's about. It says the Banished Lands has a violent past where armies of men and giants clashed in battle, but now giants stir anew, stones weep blood, and there are sightings of giant worms, not quite sure. So this is on my tentative TBR, but it's not on like my official TBR University TBR, so that's good. But I was thinking of wanting to read it in December, but again, this doesn't scream like mental health book to anybody, right? So we'll see about that. But anyway, you guys, that's my plans for December to kind of end out 2024. I feel like there's some books in here that could be some favorites. I really should read those early in the month because I like to make my favorites for the year kind of mid-December. So I should probably read these two books first because these are the ones I feel like have the potential to make it on my favorite books of the year list. Anyway, you guys, I hope you are doing well. I hope you are making some fun reading plans for the end of the year. If you are, please let me know. Let me know what you're excited to kind of squeak in before the year is over and to read during kind of this holiday season. So comment that down below. And if you can't think of anything to say, maybe do a Christmas tree because it's almost December and I cannot believe that. So a little Christmas tree emoji if you are feeling like that. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. And otherwise, you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, take care. Bye.